You are going to have to forgive me. I do have a number of fragrances in my collection, and they're not there because they're the greatest ever fragrances. They're not there because I wear them all day every day. They are there simply because I consider them to be legends. Alright. Well, you know, whether it's Kouros or whether it's Azaro Pour Homme, man, I have a deep, deep respect for these fragrances, which I personally consider to be legends. Now, you may not want to listen about these, what you're going to call old school fragrances. So if that's the case, I'll see you on the next review. But if you want to stick around, let me tell you about something which, alright, don't judge it the moment you see it. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, you've seen it. You've already said to yourself, Leggy, that is so 1970s. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me stop you there. This, my friends, is a 1987, I think it is. Alright, you are right though. It's very, very heavily inspired by the 70s. And so is the smell. Alright. It is the 100ml. This is a sort of a fairly recent version. It is the Eau de Toilette. It is made by Lapidus, and it is the original Pour Homme. Alright, okay. Why do I consider it to be a legend of a fragrance? Okay. It is very old school vibe, but for me, it's a very recognizable smell. You know, something like Kouros. You smell Kouros and you know it is Kouros. This has elements of Kouros, because Kouros was launched in about 1980, early 80s. This was about 87, 88 launch. And yes, it is very heavily inspired by the 1970s. And it is inspired, or at least there is elements of Kouros in this. But let's spray it. I don't normally bother talking about the sprayer. This just literally dumps fragrance onto your skin. There is no finesse. You know, something like Dior Sauvage, you sort of press the nozzle and you get this very, very technical sort of hazy cloud of fragrance. This literally just, seriously, it's just like boom. It just deposits an awful lot of this juice onto your skin. Man. This is an Eau de Toilette, and this is, I say, a fairly recent, in the last couple of years, version. All right. This stuff is as strong now as it was when it was launched. All right. Eau de Toilette, you say? Come on, Leggy. Eau de Toilette, it ain't going to last long. It ain't going to... Oh, man, this is killing me. This is joking me. Right, seriously. This Eau de Toilette absolutely wastes many current designers which are sold as extreme and eau de perfume and, you know, the intense versions. This literally just blows dust in their face as it takes off, and this stuff is on a mission. All right, yes, okay. It comes from the era when the manufacturers thought the more ingredients you can get in there, the more fragrance notes. Oh man, I've got to stop smelling this. It's absolutely stopping me speaking. Right. This is from an era where the more notes they thought that they could get in that bottle, it would be their best ever fragrance. All right, it is note heavy. All right, there's an awful lot of fruits. I'm not going to bore you to death with all the different notes. You are going to pick out a pineapple note. The pineapple pretty much dominates the fruit. In the middle, there is some nice honey, very 1980s honey. And if you've lived through the 1980s, you know exactly what I mean by 1980s honey. Wow! And then at the bottom, and to be honest, throughout the fragrance, it's so much sweet, almost screechy, quite artificial musk. That's the bit that's come from the 70s. Okay, this, if I break this down into layman's terms, this is a musk bomb. Okay, its performance, and I say this is a current version, its performance is nuclear. It always has been, and it still is. Ignore the fact it says eau de toilette. It might as well say nuclear performance, because it is. Seriously, it just fills a room, it trails off you, and it does that pretty much all day long. Seriously, I'm not exaggerating. This stuff, I looked for the price recently. This stuff for the 100ml eau de toilette, for what that's worth, this stuff is between 18 and 20 British pounds. Okay. It represents incredible value for money. Now you can tell I'm passionate about this because this is a piece of fragrance history, and you're probably thinking, Leggy, let the dead bury their dead. It's in the past, let it go. Man, I don't wear this often. I wear this when I want to leave an impression. Not necessarily a, oh, he smells great impression, just an impression. Because everyone in that room will smell that fragrance. Okay, yes, I took it to work. Let me just tell you some of the reactions. My general manager, he didn't actually spray it, he just went close and he went, nah, Leggy, that should have stopped in the 70s. All right. The girls, now they did what I call a rabbit nose. They didn't say, oh, I don't like it. They just did that, you know, the little twitch on the nose as though, no, not really. The two old boys, the drivers, the service drivers, I think they're both in their 70s. They were like, oh, leggy, leggy, and they were just dosing themselves in this stuff because I'm guessing it's their era. They probably remembered Uncle Ted making this one, and they probably rocked it back in the day. Most people just said, all right, they said it smells like a cleaning product. They said it's just too musky, it's too sweet, it's too screechy, it's too artificial. There wasn't really any positive comments. And okay, I'm not going to tell you to go out and buy it because it's the best ever fragrance. But if you want a fragrance which outperforms the majority of current designers, this could well be in your arsenal of fragrance collection, because it could well be an absolute bargain. You are not going to want to wear it every day, but there are the odd occasions where you just want to go a trip down memory lane. I want to leave a sort of a slightly fruity, very soapy, heavy, musky trail across wherever you are going, and trust me, everyone around you. If you go to the shops, you see people sort of looking, as you walk down the aisle, people are shopping. It sort of distracts them and they're sort of trying to find the shopping list. They've forgotten what they were buying, because this stuff seriously flies off your skin. It absolutely is a choker of a fragrance. And Uncle Ted Lapidus, I respect you. I think this is your most amazing creation. And this is me just being crazy, because this is seriously a trip down memory lane. Please don't go out and buy it. Try, ask around, see if anyone's got it. Try it before you buy it, because you possibly won't like it. But if you're a fragrance freak like me, you will love it. All right. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your company, because I love being able to share these fragrances with you on YouTube. You know, whether it's a current fragrance, whether it's a budget fragrance, whether it's a niche fragrance, or whether it is a legend. I just love sharing them with you, and I appreciate you coming to this channel. I hope to see you next time on the next review, but in the meantime, please stay safe. And more than that, please spray a good fragrance every single day. Do not miss a day. Make it your resolution this year to wear a fragrance every single day, wherever you are going. Even if you're just going to the shops, put a fragrance on. If you're going to work, put a fragrance on. Going out to wash the car, put a fragrance on. Trust me, it'll keep a smile on your face and you'll have a better day. Okay, I'm going to love you and leave you now. So good night and goodbye.